I want to warn you, the information you are about to hear is mind-blowing. And so if you're on any kind of psychotropic medication, you should probably check with your psychiatrist before continuing this video. It's difficult to accept this information on first sight, so hold your fire. And if you want to comment, I'm going to leave a phrase at the end of the video to the information. What are moon craters and how are they made? Wikipedia tells us that they are impact craters, impact events from rocks, asteroids, meteors hitting the moon. Let's take a look at this recent lunar orbiter by the Japanese spacecraft. And we see that there's something odd about these impact craters, if that's what they are, that they are too round, too clean. You'd expect impacts from space to come in every different direction. And then when we look here, we see lines everywhere going in every different direction. And so we've got lines all over the place, and but look again at these circular craters and these lines everywhere. Is that these lines and these craters are made by critters. They're made by animals. This is a hole in the moon that hasn't seen daylight, deep caverns. When we look at a picture of the moon itself from NASA, we see that there are craters everywhere, and whenever there are craters, there is light. And when these regions here, which are devoid of craters, it's dark. And so the dark regions of the moon are virtually devoid of craters, while the light regions of the moon have thousands of craters, which seems to be a function of the illumination of the moon on what is making those holes. Well, we've heard about the movie Dune, huge worms in the sand living underground. Remember those lines? Well, it's not just worms that make holes, although the newest discovery is this devil worm, this sort of worm from hell, which is the deepest worm ever discovered in the mines in South Africa. But it's not just worms that make holes. There are a lot of animals that make holes. Gophers, groundhogs, snakes, crabs, and worms. Looks like craters to you, doesn't it? Continuing on. Craters, holes, lines. Here's a NASA video. Here's the crater. Here are the lines. And this looks very reminiscent to antlion pits, which make inverted cones, have lines that go around them, more antlion pits. Here we have a NASA website that mentions antlion pits. And so whether or not these craters are made by antlions or other animals, one thing we can see very clearly is that it doesn't seem to be impact events. And if it's not impact events, then there are enormous animals on the moon, and could be one of the reasons why NASA has not gone back and look at these craters, and you'll see for yourself that these are animal holes, enormous animals that don't have the limitations of Earth's gravity and are allowed to grow endlessly for who knows how many eons. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.